Hi everybody, welcome back to 100% Mags. So I hope you're all well. So we'll go into this match review, talking about the game yesterday against Wolves. Of course, we went into this game on the back of a 1-0 loss down at Stamford Bridge to Chelsea. That game we should have probably picked something up in, and this game we should have definitely picked up the win in. Newcastle absolutely dominated the game in my opinion. We were dominating the first half right the way up until the 37th minute, and then Newcastle banged in that goal from Jamal Lascelles, leading by example, doing what a captain should do, dragging his team forward and showing them, hey, this is what we need to do, this is what we need to be doing if we're going to climb the table, get up into that top half of the table. And, he led by example, he banged away the goal. We went in at half time, 1-0 up, we come out for the second half. The time's getting on, about 60 minutes into the game. Steve Bruce still hasn't put a substitute on yet, which is absolutely beyond a joke. We're 1-0 up, players are starting to get tired. You can see the players starting to get tired, gaps starting to form in with defence, starting to form in with midfield. Wolves obviously noticing these gaps, and they managed to capitalise on one and get Johnny a goal on the 73rd minute. Now, if Steve Bruce had just put on some substitutes on that 60-minute mark, 65th minute mark, we would have had that fresh bunch of legs on the pitch. We would have been able to close off them spaces, stop the Wolves players getting into them areas. But, that's another inept moment again by Steve Bruce. And this is why, don't get us wrong, Rafa did it as well when he was at Newcastle. But at least Rafa knew when to put a sub on. He knew when the moment was to put the sub on. And Steve Bruce lacks that. Steve Bruce lacks that little bit of judgment, in wanting to put a sub on at the right time. He waits way too long. He waits like 10 minutes before the game ends before he even puts a sub on. It's not enough time to give any of the lads a chance. He brings Andy Carroll on 10 minutes with 10 minutes left in the game. He brings Dwight Gale on with 10 minutes left in the game. Christian Atsu, 10 minutes left in the game. He brought Dwight Gale and Christian Atsu on with 10 minutes left in the game against Wolves. It's beyond a joke. Something's got to change. He's got to really up his thinking or something, because that cost us 3 points yesterday because of his inept moment to not bring on a sub at the right time. And also the ref cost were the moment, and the assistant ref on the VAR cost were the moment in Graham Scott. 2 penalty calls in that game for Newcastle, both denied, both non-penalties in their eyes. Looking back on a replay, bang, stonewall penalties, both of them, not given. But, am I surprised? Not really, because at the end of the day, Newcastle very rarely get penalties given. It's something that happens quite a lot with our games. If you've noticed, we never seem to get penalties that much, and we never seem to get red cards against opposing players. Red cards for our players, yes. Red cards for opposing players, not so much. Of course, talking about red cards, Sean Longstaff picking up the red card in the game on the 82nd minute. I've got to say, that was absolute beyond a joke from Kevin Friend. No way in hell was that ever a red card. A yellow card maybe, red card, you're pushing it a little bit there. Because if you give him a red card there, then you're going to have to give about 2, 3, maybe more players every week red cards, because them are just basic tackles of the game. If you start giving red cards for that, you might as well quit football altogether, because then it's no longer a contact sport. But anyway, we picked up a point. It's better than nothing. And we'll move on to the next game against West Ham, which is down at the London Stadium. So another trip back down south for that one. Hopefully, we can pick up the 3 points in that game against West Ham. But looking at the Premier League table, which will be up on screen now, Newcastle sits 17th in the table with 8 points out of 10 games. With 9 points, out of 10 games. And, that's just not good enough in my eyes. I know we didn't have that kinds of points last season, but you've got to remember last season we played like 5 or 6 out of the top 6 teams, in the Premier League. So you can kind of understand why we didn't have that kind of points tally last season. But this season, we've barely played that many of the top 6 in the first few games. And we've only got 9 points. You know, them points need to start getting more. We need to get a build on them points and make an assault for the top half of the table. Wolves, of course, sit 12th with 12 points out of 10 games, which isn't bad, you know, for a team that is struggling at the moment with their European fixtures. But let us know your thoughts anyway down in the comments below about the game, what you thought of the way we played in the game, you know, if there's any Wolves fans watching the video as well. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below too. Remember to like the video as well if you liked it, as it really helps the channel grow. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, as I'm trying to reach 500 subscribers by the end of this year. Until next time, I'll see you all later, and how about the lads?